Alright, so here we are in Max, and the first thing I'm going to create is the tabletop. I'm just going to draw out a box and pretty much dial in the measurements for what we need. Alright, so the length, you see I have to go back to my unit setup, because every time I reset everything, it redoes the units. So with the tabletop, I'm going to go with a height, well, let me just do this manually to see. Okay, with a height of about an inch. I think it's an inch. Let's look at it. Yeah, that's good enough. Let's give it a gray material so we can see what we're doing. Hit F4 to bring up the edges. With the width is going to be, let's see here, 48 inches, and length 48 inches in length. I guess that kind of looks right. Where's that this way? Yeah, that's the wrong one. Let's go right here. 48 inches in width, and then in length it was 30. That. It looks so much smaller in scale here. Hit W and I'm going to center out everything so we can put it at the origin. Alright, and then in my Z position down here, I'm actually going to type in 36 inches and bring it up like that. So that will be the height of the table. Should be anyway. It's probably a little more because the center part, no, I think it's at the bottom, so that's exactly where we want that. I'm going to right click it and convert it to an editable poly, and I'm going to go ahead and select, let's see here, I'm going to select the top and the bottom polygons, control click the edges here and hit chamfer. We're just going to do it a little bit just to make it seem like it's not so sharp. We can do it to the edges here as well, might as well. Hit ring, loop, chamfer, and do the same thing. Just a small amount. So hit F4, it looks like it's smooth. Looking at our reference picture, we have this box that's similar underneath it, a little scaled in a little more. And what we can do there is actually just shift drag this down. And we can scale it. Let's bring up all of our sides here. I'll go to the top view and hit R, and we'll scale this in just a little bit, something like that. And we'll go to the left view and we'll just scale it up. And it doesn't matter if it's penetrating it because you won't see it. Bring it down a little bit. And now we have that. Really simple. And we can keep using the exact same object here, because if you see, this just goes up into the top here, kind of penetrates that. So that's what we're going to do. We'll make this really fast. We'll shift drag out another copy of the top here. And while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to rename this. So tabletop, and then this will be table something, table under, and this will be leg underscore 01. Alright, that's what we're going to do. And let's scale this in the top. We'll scale it down. And we'll kind of try to make it square as we go. From what I can tell, these things don't look too thick, but they do look kind of square, so I'm thinking about 2.5 to 3 inches maybe. Something like that. We can probably get away with that. And we'll just position it over here, like so. And go look at it. And then what we're going to do is scale it up, give it some thickness, like that. Hit Z so I can zoom in on it. Yeah. Let me select these loops right here and control click this remove. And what we'll do is just kind of start fresh with this, but It's basically the same concept. I'm going to take these top vertices and just bring them up into here, and take the bottom ones and drag them down to the floor like that. Make sure they're on the floor. Alright, step back and look at that. To me that looks a little bit too thick, and it is. So let's do some scaling. Just scale it in like that, a little more like that. Bring it out and over like that, so that it looks like it's going in, like so. And I like that a lot better. I'm going to select these edges like this straight through and hit chamfer. Basically give them the same kind of chamfer amount that we did everything else. Or they might be chamfered already. Let's see here. Which they are. If I hit F4, you just can't really tell it. So what I'm going to do is, before it all messes up, I'm just going to trace this with a new box. Give it some height. Like so. Alright, I'm just going to delete the other one. Take this one, I can click it, convert it to an editable poly, go to this side, take this, and bring it up into the top again. Sometimes it's just better to start over. Go like that. Give it the gray material so we can see it. Hit F4 so you can see the edges. Go into edge mode, select all of these, and hit chamfer. And we'll just take that down some. Like that. That's good. I'm going to go to the bottom and do the same thing, because you want it to have it look like it's contacting the floor and not actually penetrating the floor. So I'm going to control click that so I just get the edges. I'm going to click chamfer, give it a little bit, nothing big, and there we go. There's that. Select this leg, and we'll call it leg 01. And what I'm going to do is take this, and I'm just going to shift drag out a copy over here, about the same location. You don't have to be spot on, but close enough. And then with that selected, we'll control select the other one and go to the exact opposite side. And since you named it with a suffix of a number, it will automatically rename that for you. Hit F4, we look at it, and we have that part of the table. There's one little piece left we don't have, is this little middle piece, and I don't think that that's one continuous piece of wood like that. It's very unnatural. So what we'll do is just take one of the legs. Let me look, it's on this wide side like here. We'll just take one of these legs and shift drag a copy down, and we'll rotate it. We'll make sure our angle snaps on, and we'll rotate it 90 degrees like so. Kind of like put it into place here. Go into our side view and bring it up, and I think it is touching the floor, so let's do that. Let's make sure that it's on the floor. And you see that it is too long here, so we'll bring it in like that, just so it's penetrating just a tad. Grab it here and just bring it in, and we're actually going to make it so that it's not exactly the same width as the other one. So I'm going to do that by selecting the vertices and just bringing them in just a tad, and then bringing that in here like so. It gives you some nice separation like there. Hit Z so I can zoom in on that, and then we have that. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to copy it to the other side like so. I'll just come look in here like that and make sure I'm exactly where I want to be, and I am. And in less than 10 minutes we made a nice little modern looking table. So make sure you save your work, Save as, and I'm actually going to create a new folder, call it dining set. Open it up and just hit, I'll just call it table actually. And hit save. And I'll see you in the next video where we start to create the chairs.